I totally foresee this happening with YouTube down the line, 100%. And honestly, there probably is something in the terms of service that says that the user generated content on YouTube can be used for Google in some way, shape, or form. Hey boys, do you use Reddit?
From time to time, I do.
A little bit, yes.
Those who use Reddit live and die by Reddit. They are so on Reddit. It is a part of their DNA at this point. I used to work with a guy who was like, "You're not on Reddit? What's wrong with you? It's Reddit." And it was very like, very presumptuous. It's like, this is where everything happens. And sorry if I realize I'm talking like a whatever, but that's how I heard it. But apparently Reddit, and this is just insane to me that they would do this. Reddit reportedly selling user content to an AI company in a deal worth $60 million. Okay. So Blabs, walk us through this thing because you read through this, and I would love to hear.
There's not a whole lot of information out yet, but right where it says Reddit has reportedly signed a contract to sell its user-created content to an unnamed AI company, a deal worth $60 million. So they're not giving out a whole information yet. However, if you scroll down, or I think it was down, it says Reddit has over 800+ million monthly users. So imagine how many people's information is just being sold to an unknown AI company.
So
is that legal?
Well, okay. The answer is yes. The answer is yes, it's legal. Because your data, our data, is being sold every day, all the time.
Yep.
Right.
That's true.
But I think the idea of selling data, it's a thing, right? That's something that I think we've all kind of realized is happening on a day-to-day basis. The problem with this is that, at least for me, is when you create content on a platform, let's bring this over to YouTube. Let's say YouTube was to do the exact same thing and sell their user created content. That's the big thing here. Reddit is selling user created content to an AI company, okay, for $60 million. Let's say YouTube was to do the exact same thing, right? Every single video on the platform would be susceptible to this AI generated content. So let's say you were to go in and use this unnamed company that we don't know, but let's just say you use this unnamed company and said, "Hey, I would like to make a video like Melanie Mac talking about whatever, Tomb Raider, or maybe something that you're not familiar with in the style of Melanie Mac," right? You could then take that prompt, and there's a catalog of your content there ready to be used. Because guess what? Everything we do on YouTube, what we're doing right now, is user-generated content. And that's more or less what Reddit is sold here. So this is, for me, this is a big deal. This is like the first of many things, because the idea of like, you don't own your content as soon as it goes on to these other platforms. And that's why this is a big deal, at least to me. I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with that. And I've even seen some examples of, not specifically with Reddit, but there was this artist and she had this very unique, specific style. It was really cute. And she had a fan teach an AI program, like, or submit her art to teach the AI program how to draw in her style. And it was directly ripping some of her stuff. Like, some people are like, oh, it's just inspired by, no, it directly rips some of it. And this is terrible for artists, and Reddit is used as a platform a lot of times for artists. And these artists, I mean, it's tough to make a living as an artist for the average artist. But so they're relying on selling prints, doing commissions, so on and so forth. And whenever someone can just teach an AI program to do something in that style that they like, then it's like, oh, why would I pay for a commission when this AI can do it for me for free? So I definitely think this hurts creatives, and it also takes the soul out of it, because you're getting just this robotic copy pasted thing instead of something that somebody put their heart into. So it's a shame.
You boys from Project Egg Roll, what are y'all thoughts? Am I wrong on this, or do you think my line of thinking is on point here? I don't know. Just love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, go ahead, Gray.
Yeah, as some of you may know, I work for an AI company, so I need a cut of that 60 million. Just kidding. But yeah, I understand the repercussions. Like someone who's making videos, like it's scary what this technology is about to evolve to. But the question is, how can you stop it, right? I know YouTube is trying to regulate AI generated content, but yeah, with the rise of like Sora, the recently announced Sora, we talked about this in the channel, and it's only going to get better. Like, what can YouTube do, right? What can YouTube do to stop these videos from coming out? It's like it's gonna be tough for them to narrow it down because already we've seen channels getting demonetized or struck down without any reason. So I think it's only gonna get worse with AI type of video flooding in the market. But yeah, it's frightening and sad at the same time, but it also opens the door for some opportunity. But yeah, all we can do is see how the situation develops, and until then, I think we just do our best as content creators to make the best videos we can.
Yeah, and for me, I I posted yesterday on Project Eggroll on X that I basically said I worked on I'm working on a Marvel project. So we are not allowed to use any AI generated stuff. So I'm a lead 2D artist on the Marvel project, and I asked my art director to Photoshop has generative AI now. Can we use it? And he's like,
Yes.
no, we cannot. Marvel says no. And because they pull a lot of artists, they're basically it's sort of like when Lensa started, and with something with like Mid-Journey now, and they basically gather a bunch of artists into this one database. Like Kim Jung-ji, who passed away several years ago, his art style is in there. A bunch of people's like Loesch is in there, and a bunch of even Art Germ, and even Sakimi-chan, who does a lot of like adult stuff. Like, they're all in there. So even though it is there in Photoshop for the artist to use, we are not allowed to use it. Like even just to like fill up the background or anything like that. And I've tried using the Photoshop AI stuff. I've talked to one of my R&D guys several years ago when we were working on the game, and he mentioned that in the past 5 months, and this is 2 years ago, saying that AI has grown exponentially within 5 months than it has in 5 years. So with the stuff that's coming out right now, stuff that's basically being automated, it's going to cost a lot of people jobs. But the thing is that it's just how you can roll up the punches as of right now. It just were a lot of people upset when the automotive industry went completely like autonomous with like what they're making with cars and stuff like that. It's like no one really cared back then, right? People still lost their jobs, but now everyone's okay with it. No one thought that you could microwave food with radiation, and everyone has a microwave at their house. So it's sort of like, what can you do? So that's my take on it.
Speaking of AI, and we had a really good AI discussion, last week with some people who are very passionate when it comes to AI art. I don't know if you guys saw this video that like last year there was the video going around of Will Smith eating spaghetti that was AI generated. Did you guys see the update to this? Right? This is okay.
Oh,
So the top one is last year, and this is AI now.
Yeah, I
Okay,
remember
so take a look at both these right here. Look at how good the one on the bottom looks compared to the top. This is 1 year
That's
difference.
wild.
woo.
And this is not Will Smith in real life. This is AI generated Will Smith eating spaghetti.
What
Yeah.
is this? Oh my god!
Ah!
Or maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe that is really
I
Will.
kind of think
Smith.
it's real.
I don't know.
This is getting creepy.
But here's the
Yeah.
thing. Here's the thing. I don't know if that's AI or not. That's the
Yeah.
thing about it.
Yeah.
That's what's creepy. Nobody is safe who's on the internet. People can create blackmail. They can create all this weird, gross stuff. That's just like even here on Side Scrollers, somebody asked on a super chat. They were like, Melanie, are those bikini modeling photos of you real? And it's like,
Yes.
I can assure you, I don't have any bikini modeling photos. That's AI. So even now, where it's at, people are having a hard time. Just imagine another year or so from now. So it can be very violating to have people make just very uncomfortable and weird AI images or videos of you.
Right. Well, Reddit users, sorry. Like I said, I totally foresee this happening with YouTube down the line, 100%. And honestly, there probably is something in the terms of service that says that the user generated content on YouTube can be used for Google in some way, shape, or form. I'm sure that it just takes one update, because what are you going to do? Like, let's say YouTube updates their terms of service that says, I don't know what the Google AI program is. What is it? It's Bard or something. I don't know what it's called, but so YouTube updates its terms of service, right? And they say, well, guess what? In this terms of service, all your user generated content can now be filtered into Google's AI service. Who's going to say no to that? Are you just going to drop your channel, drop your livelihood, right? No, you're not. The only thing that would happen, you would need to have some sort of pushback, obviously, for them to change that. But ultimately, the vast majority of people would just not even look at it, and it would take somebody being a super sleuth to recognize it in the first place. I don't know, man. Slippery slope. We're on that slope. We're making our way down it right now, and it's moving pretty quick.